Welcome and good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jessica Como, and I am a biology major here at Keene State College. I'm also an advocate for environmental sustainability. I've had the good fortune of working with two wonderful professors here in the biology department, Dr. Karen Cangelosi and Dr. Scott Strong. They've had a huge impact on my perspective towards empowering the youth as a pathway to sustainability. Today, I'd like to bring to your attention a changing of the tides. From the Great Barrier Reef off the coast of Australia to the fringing reefs of Tahiti, to the Blue Hole of Belize, across the Bahamas, and throughout the Caribbean. These beautiful locations entice tourists from all over the globe to come and enjoy the wonders of the natural habitat of the reef. The Turks and Caicos Islands, located in the British West Indies, are no exception to this. Beautiful by nature, this slogan coined by the Turks and Caicos Islands attracts thousands of tourists a year. You can just Google Turks and Caicos and you will come across countless images of luxury resorts with white sand beaches and crystal clear water. The islands offer many ocean-based activities such as kayaking, kiteboarding, snorkeling, and scuba diving, all giving the opportunity for people to witness firsthand the splendors of nature. Witnessed was an encounter with an endangered hawksbill turtle that Dr. Strong had taken on one of our excursions. If you notice, you can hear the still of the water, and all you can really notice is the current passing through your ears. There's also that breathing, you breathing through the respirator. It is the most relaxing thing I've ever experienced. And right now, I wish I could be feeling that feeling a little bit more. We've all seen the beaches commercials and images in the media that promise a fabulous destination. The very livelihood of the people on this island rely on this tourism and these purified images. But there's a paradox here. This tourism is causing enormous impacts on their local environment. All-inclusive resorts are specifically designed to isolate tourists from the rest of the island. It is a common practice here and throughout the Caribbean to be quickly whisked from the airport straight to your resort, only to see this highly manufactured view that they want you to see. The disconnect between the advertising and the packaging of the Caribbean as pristine and the reality is staggering. And even more evidence of this is the marine ecosystem. Corals are dying, and the reefs are being destroyed by multiple stressors. The factors responsible for this are numerous and overwhelming. Sadly, we are the cause. A lot of people may not realize this, but corals are actually living organisms. They have a symbiotic relationship with algae that provides them with food and also gives them their vivid colors. When stressors are applied, the pressure on the symbiotic relationship causes the coral to expel this algae from their living tissue, leaving them white and more susceptible to disease. This is called coral bleaching. These coral bleaching events can be seen throughout the coral reef systems worldwide. They are in a stressed or very serious state of threat. We have seen dramatic changes in the development of the Turks and Caicos Islands over the years, and its severe impacts on the reef. But they're still in a state worth saving. So this is where we come to our tipping point. Which path are the Turks and Caicos Islands going to take? Are they going to follow the ways of others and continue development with no eye towards preserving their natural environment? Or will they use the principles of conservation to underscore the developmental practices? We believe that the Turks and Caicos Islands are uniquely positioned to serve as a model for sustainability in the Caribbean. At Keene State College, we strive to tip the scales in the direction towards sustainability. We do this by engaging the youth of the island and encouraging them because they are the leaders and the environmental decision makers of the future. So instead of a top-down, first world approach where private agencies come in, identify a problem, often having no investment in the problem whatsoever and seldomly coming out with any benefits, we want to create a grassroots, bottom-up approach where we engage the youth and give them the power to make the decision for their future of their homes. Students and faculty here at Keene State have worked alongside the people of Providenciales, one of the islands of the Turks and Caicos that we've had our main focus on, to create this reef education program. The program is based on the acknowledgement of the critical relationship between youth empowerment and environmental impacts. It's funny. The ocean is yards away from these young people's homes. It can be seen on either side of the main highway that stretches through the middle of this small island of Providenciales. Yet many of them have never even been in the water. That's the equivalent to living in the Monadnock region and never being able to hike Mount Monadnock. Putting a mask on a young person and seeing them experience the coral reef for the first time is the most amazing thing I have ever seen. Their awe and curiosity is exactly what we aim to achieve. Our program has included a variety of educational activities, including snorkeling amongst the local reefs. It has taken these kids who were initially afraid to enter the water, had little to no swimming skills, and taken them all the way through achieving their scuba dive certification. Through lessons in reef ecology, we have given these students hands-on experience with the marine world. We've also taught them how to do reef surveying and collect scientific data. We have taught them the basics of reef monitoring and the collaborative efforts between Reef Check International, a nonprofit organization dedicated to reef conservation. The long-term data from these surveys give implications to the global trends. This includes the increase in coral bleaching, which is an indicator for global warming. Many of our students have confided in us about their changed perspectives on pollution and the values of the reef after completion of our program. Even one of the young gentlemen started and is the leader of an environmental club at his school. We are especially proud to have mentored O'Sheen White. She has become the first and only female dive master of the Turks and Caicos Islands due to the jump start that she had received from our program. Here's O'Sheen telling us about her decision to join our program.
This decision was one that has altered my life immensely. The program brought me within close proximities of the various marine life of my home, the Turks and Caicos Islands. I learned how to conduct coral reef checks, which entail counting fish population, checking the health of corals, and critically analyzing the data that was collected. I also gained a vast amount of knowledge as it relates to the importance of marine conservation. Although the greatest aspect of the program was the scuba diving. I started off as a novice, but at the end of the program, I was a certified PADI open water diver. It was as if a whole new world was opened up to me, one that was in my backyard the entire time. In such a short period of time, my interest in marine biology grew exponentially. It was during this period of my life that I knew that I wanted to protect the ocean and all of its inhabitants. With my newfound passion, I worked hardest, and at the age of 18, I became the Turks and Caicos' first female dive master. Each day, I would show new divers how important the environment is, as well as how magnificent to say that the Reef Education Program has laid the foundation upon which my aspirations and the environment reside.
She's a wonderful and a bright woman, and it was a huge pleasure of mine to be able to have met her. We have really been fortunate enough to have major stakeholder involvement in our collaborative community efforts. This includes the Turks and Caicos government, the Department of Maritime Affairs, island businesses, schools, and conservation organizations. We're not only producing scientific data here, we're also providing economic and career opportunities for our graduates, rather than these low-wage service jobs that they seem to have been stuck in. And that's where we come back to our tipping point. The reefs of Providenciales are in danger, but they are still in a state worth saving. Here are just a few images of what it means by beautiful by nature. They've been taken from our program over the past few years. And this gorgeous representation of just a small fraction of the life living on these reefs should encourage us enough to make a change, to educate and to empower. We continue to be inspired by the energy and enthusiasm, as well as the skills and intelligence from the young people that join our program. And we hold out hope for the future that we can tip this balancing point ever so slightly each year in the favor of sustainability. Thank you.